We're recording. Good
Good
morning.
morning.
So I understand you have a story that you want to tell. I'm very excited to hear your story.
Well, you just said, how are you? I was like, well, let me push pause on that. So I got up at 5:30 this morning to go meet a personal trainer. Like, who am I? Who is this person?
Wow.
So I joined a new gym. I hate gyms. I hate group exercise. I hate personal trainers. I hate all of it, but I know that I need to do it, right? So,
Your personal trainer will be so happy to hear this.
I told them, yeah. So I told the person, the head trainer, it's a big gym. I told the head trainer all this, and I did an assessment. He's like, yeah, you're doing great. You get an A+. And so I was like feeling awesome about my assessment. It's like, I'm just a trainer for you. And he didn't tell me who it was. So I show up this morning, and this guy was like, yeah, I'm Brandon. They call me Bam Bam the Bulldog. I was like, oh,
Oh my God.
I kid you not. And people yelling off, Bam Bam. Like people are yelling across the gym. This guy. Yeah, Bam Bam Bulldog. That was my trainer this morning. So that was.
Does he have his own T-shirt and everything?
Of course, he had to wear the gym T-shirt, but I can totally see him doing that. And he's just this, he ran me through my paces, and I know why the trainer paired me with him, because he's definitely going to like push me and stuff. But he was just like so jacked up and so eager to talk about what he knows and share what he knows, and he's just anyway. So that was how my day started. Me and Bam Bam.
I am so proud of you. Do you feel like, yeah, I'm awesome.
I do. Yeah, I do. I'm having gotten from January to here this far, kind of not exactly on my own. I've been in a fitness group, but as far as like what to do next to get specific results, like you were talking about, you're going for some specific results with your health.
Right.
You hire a professional, and that is what we do. And so why not take our own advice, right?
Well, that's exactly right. I think it's fantastic. I had a trainer once, and he said to me, Dianna, you really should get a tan because everything looks better when it's tan. And I'm like, thanks for that input.
That looks better. There was actually a tanning salon here in our town that ran with that as a campaign. It was this really loud Southern guy. He owned 30 different salons. So he's like, fat looks better tan. That was their slug line for this marketing campaign.
The thing is, it's true. I mean, it's true. But still, come on. You're killing me here. But I think that's really exciting. Now I'm kind of jealous. That would be fun to have somebody like kind of pushing me.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. I just signed up for a couple sessions. I really just need to know. Just give me a plan and I can follow it. Just like let me know what I need to do. Give me a plan, I can follow it. And I joined this gym because they have like 8,000 different types of classes to do, and I'm to mix things up. I get bored easily, so yeah.
Yeah. My favorite class is Zumba's super fun if you want to completely embarrass yourself. But actually you have coordination, so you might actually do quite well in Zumba. You do Zumba, don't you?
Yeah, I like Zumba. Zumba's
yeah,
fun.
it's super fun. But my favorite is this this kick. What's it called? Hyper kick. So it's like this mix between aerobics and especially boxing and martial arts, and it's super fun. It's kicking and throwing punches, and we talked about it before, if you could hit somebody, but anyway. Good. Well, I am very excited for you. I can't wait to hear your journey with Bam Bam the Bulldog. Hello, I hope you're watching.
Tell about it. So how are you? What's up? And what are we going to talk about today?
Well, things are going great. I've got my assistant running on all cylinders. So my goal has been to get at least 100 quality outreach every single week. And I nailed it. 115 last week.
Wow.
And yeah. Now, this isn't like call center, like dials. Do you know what I mean? These are like calling on executives with a thoughtful message that, you want to actually reach them and have a conversation with them. But so I've been like, I will tell you what, activity is the cure for all ills. It makes me feel pumped and good, and I want to get up in the morning, and it's starting, I had 4 sales conversations yesterday, like actual, appointments where we talked about doing business together. And it's so cool to get things moving like that. So I'm pretty excited about it. And she and I have an accountability system that we hold each other to, which has been really great. So she doesn't just show up and I like tell her what to do. We actually talk at the beginning of the week about what are the goals. You know, we have our ultimate goal. We have the thermometer of, you know, our income goal that we move every week. And then, you know, what is the one thing that each of us can promise that we're going to do this week that's going to give me enough space to get those 100 calls done? And so she picks her own things. So she really has, you know, her own control. And then I pick my thing. And then we account to each other on Monday about, you know, did we do it and all that stuff. So I'm just super excited about it. And I love that the train is rolling, and I'm about to take on a really new, cool client. So
that is 100 outreach calls. It just blows my mind. Like, that is bad mama jamma territory, girl. That's impressive. And seriously, quality, you know, that you've researched, that you know what your approach is going to be, that you know what your, you know, the value that you're going to provide, you know what the currency is. That's a lot. That's a lot.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, it helps. I'm going to say something really embarrassing. And here's the thing, you can get to a solid 6 figures without doing this, but it's so much better when you do, is planning like call sheets, you know, like this is my client. This is what I want to talk about with the people that could, you know, partner with her. And these are the people, this is the activity I'm doing. These are the phone numbers. And then you just sit down and you do it. I mean, I'll be up to 150 in no time at all with really good quality stuff. So I'm just excited. I'm thrilled.
That's great. And that produces results. I mean, you do activity and you know what's working and you do more of it, that produces results. That's great.
Yeah, I billed almost 6,000 last week.
Yay. Great stuff.
I know. We're jamming for 10. That's our goal, is like, I bonus Quinn every time that we get 10,000 a week. We haven't hit it just yet, but we're gonna one of these times. So anyway, yeah, that's my fun story. What did you want to talk about? I have something that I could talk about today, but did you have a topic? Because I kind of stole the show before Josh.
No. Well, actually, so I'm not gonna, let's see. My intro will kind of lead into what I want to talk about.
Okay, good. Well, then let's kick it off.
Okay. All right, here we go.
All right. Welcome everyone to the SellOut Show, where we are always sold out. I am Dianna Guerin, and I am the Irreverent Sales Girl, where my mission is to bring a dash of dignity to the art of selling.
Good morning, Dianna, or whatever time it is for you people. I'm Shawn Chief Revenue Officer of the Selling Agency, where we coach humans how to sell to other humans. Because if you sell like one of the contestants on The Bachelorette or The Bachelor, and you show up for the wrong reasons, you don't get a rose.
No rose for you today.
No rose for you.
No rose for you.
Yeah, so that's one of the things I want to talk about was showing up for the wrong reasons and how you sell and being fake and you know, just ran into a couple people this past week, and their fakeness crawled all over me like, you know, bad perfume, like Gina Tay from the 80s.
Gina Tay and Bonnie Bell lipstick.
I think we're aging ourselves.
No, my mom used to tell me about that stuff. I don't know anything about it.
I don't either.
So how do you show up for the wrong reasons on The Bachelor?
Oh, on the show? For fame and, you know, to be famous, infamous, just, you know, they plant people in there who are catty and crazy and, you know.
Not because you actually want to meet someone to marry, just because you want something else.
Yes. Yeah.
All right. So tell me about these people that showed up smelling like Gina Tay wearing Bonnie Bell lipstick.
Well, so, you know, last week I got another email from, it's so funny. This woman has followed me around from 3 of her past jobs. I've met her someplace, and she goes from one accounting service to another. And I know over the past 5 or 6 years, maybe 4 or 5 years, that she has gone to like 3 different accounting firms, and she calls on me every time in an email and then the phone. I don't know where she got my phone number, probably a chamber list or something, and acts like we've never talked about it before. And she acts like I've never shut her down before. And it's just, I mean, my circumstances haven't really changed. No, I don't have a need for you. I'm already using a payroll system, accounting services. And so she just, I feel like that's just one instance of showing up for the wrong reason. She showed up because she needed to check off a box because she had to leave. Maybe things have changed, but honest to God, it's the same approach with 3 different services. And I'm just like, ugh. Do you have people who keep constantly calling on you?
No, I don't. I'm so lucky that way. I don't.
Yeah. Well,
I don't know why. Maybe I'm better at shutting people down than you are. See, I think you're probably just too kind.
Well, I'm probably out there more is in a different way, like on lists and, directories and those types of things. So I probably get more of those calls.
I think that is probably absolutely right. Yeah.
Yeah. And then go ahead.
What was that crazy email that you sent me this week? What was she trying to, I couldn't even tell what she was trying to sell you. I mean, just for the sake of the people watching, if you're going to send emails out as a professional salesperson, never apologize for yourself. Do you know, like, I was so turned off by, look, salespeople, as Anthony Iannarino says, you're either their peer or you're their bitch. Do you know? So, if you have a reason to do business with somebody and you have something that you think is going to be really valuable to them, present yourself that way. There is nothing ever to apologize for. And please don't put a SpongeBob SquarePants Jeff in the middle of your email. It makes you look like a child. So anyway, what did you think of that email?
Well, that was another instance. So one of the things that Dianna and I do is whenever we get an email or someone, whether they're cold or prospecting, trying to sell something, we'll trade it back and forth and we'll analyze it. So I sent her a string of emails, and this was a cold outreach. And so on the back end, I went in research because it wasn't clear from her initial messages. This woman had kind of an interesting approach to her emails, but it was spastic and it just felt really fake. And that she was like, hey, I know you're probably doing something. I'm chasing my kids around and I'd rather do. She just, like, in her effort to connect, used all these weird ploys and it ended up feeling really spastic. She really did, we kid you not, put a SpongeBob SquarePants GIF in the email.
Yeah, it was startling. Meme.
Right. And she was asking for me to, if I would be interested in an infographic that they have, and I would, feature it or promote it to my audience or whatever. And, didn't attach it, didn't kind of described what it was, but I ended up going the back end, looking up her company website. They sell short-term, easy to put up, like, websites. And then I actually dug through the website and looked at the infographic, and it wasn't terrible, but I don't know that I necessarily wanted to be associated with what they sold.
Right.
So, and then, she sent the second email, like, knock, 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 it's me again. And so it just smelled really fake. Like,
yeah,
it smelled really fake. I think I looked on the website to see if I could find her, and I couldn't find anything about any humans on the website. So that's another, hello, this is fake. And then the last one, she's like, I'm feeling a little bit like I might be bugging you. I'm so sorry, but this is my job. And so, yeah, just showing up and using these fake tactics. Tactics piss me off.
Yeah.
Before. Tactics piss me off. I want, as a buyer, in the buyer's seat, and I think I can speak for a lot of buyers, I want people who are real, who want to get down to business, who have a sense of humor. That's important too. I don't want to be played.
Yeah.
In any scenario, whether, where you're the bachelor or the bachelorette, or you're dating people, hiring people, or, being a buyer, you don't want to be played. You don't want to be manipulated. I hate that.
Yeah. No. So what's an approach? Like, so this woman, she wanted to engage you as an influencer. Is that kind of the idea?
Right.
Yeah. So, what would an approach have been that maybe would have caught your attention to have a more positive sort of experience with her?
Well, I can tell you what's worked is I've had other companies who cold email will say, Shawn, I just read your article on this, this, and this, and here's how this connects with our audience, and here's what we've created. Is there a chance we can talk about how, these two things mesh? And Yeah, absolutely. If I think that that would serve my audience and I want, a piece of your audience, whatever,
Right.
starting with me and my content was the way to get my attention. But to just, throw it out there, and I actually have a lot of people approach me and it has nothing to do with my business. The things that they want me to share or feature have nothing to do with my audience. And if you were to actually go and read something or, take a look at some of the stuff we do, you would know that. But it tells me that you haven't. And then, let's pile all the fake tactics on top of that. Like, I don't know if she's really a mum. I mean, it's a British company. A lot of British companies contact me. We need to do something in London. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll go see Lee. And
we're coming for you. Yeah, so
Lee, we're coming.
Fake just crawls all over me. It stinks. It stinks.
Yeah.
And I think when you show up and you think, well, what tactics can I use? What ploys? How can I manipulate? It turns people off. We're so in tune with that now.
Well, I think so. I mean, the internet marketers get so much juice off of this clickbait thing, right? But I highly recommend that you don't try to do clickbait in your direct emails. I mean, do you think that was even a person? Do you think that was a bot?
Maybe I didn't go out and I didn't look for her in LinkedIn. That's the other thing. She didn't connect with me on LinkedIn. That's, if you really wanted to connect with someone, your cold email without LinkedIn, without Twitter, without like trying to infiltrate my monkey sphere.
Right.
Different ways that it's so much less effective. If
At least drop a look on your LinkedIn. I mean, I don't want everybody trying to connect with me. Really, I don't. But I do notice when people are looking at my profile, I do notice who's looked, and that indicates to me that they've actually taken a minute to, see if there was something that we could actually do together and learn a little bit about me.
Yeah, a little looky though. Well, there's a guy from I almost said the name. There's a guy from a marketing automation company, one of the most well known, and I don't know where he got my name. Maybe I think I'd opted in for some content, and he would email me, and then look at my LinkedIn profile 17 times within the span of 6 weeks. He looked at I counted because this was ridiculous. He looked at my LinkedIn profile, but he never connected with me. He never commented. He never engaged me. He just would look and then send me another email. Or actually, the emails were terrible. They were automated, and it was some of the worst email content I'd ever seen too. But again, that feels really fake. Like, I'm going to send you an email, but I'm not going to engage with you. I'm not going to connect with you. I don't want to be part of your life.
So it kind of feels like lurking or stalking
well, it feels like they're only in it for one, for them, which, in sales, yes, you get the benefit, but you have to show people that you care to get them to care.
Yeah. That is so interesting. So you want somebody to try to connect with you on LinkedIn, even if there's no reason that they've ever known you before, just because you want them to try to connect with you on LinkedIn?
Well, no, they have to have a reason, just like with this, the lady with the content.
Right.
Well, yeah, you can find a reason. Shawn, you have an interesting profile. I'd like to learn more about, what you do, or, how this might benefit whatever. You can find a reason. You can be compelling.
Yeah, that's good. I hadn't really thought about that before. I mean, I definitely try to connect with people. That is just so interesting. I've got to kind of give that a think, because the one thing that annoys the daylights out of me is people, and they do it all the time, is they try to connect with me on LinkedIn, just like, I want to be part of your network. Do you know there's that little button? Have you seen it on LinkedIn that says, when you're saying connect, and it says add a message?
Yes.
It's like add a message, and then it takes like, I don't know, less than 10 seconds to write a little tiny message about why the hell you want to connect with me. And then, we're off to a beautiful relationship. I almost always say yes to people that want to connect with me and have given me a reason, but I just can't stand and I get all these, I can't stand it. I have to figure out who are our mutual connections to even see, what's the context of why we want to even connect here. And I just mostly ignore them if they don't give me a message. What about you?
I had this guy pushed the connect button the other day, and I some of this stuff just flies over my head, but some of it I just like to dissect, right? To tear it apart, to think about it. And there was no
to ridicule them.
Well, no, to learn. But there was no picture, first of all. get a picture. And
Yeah.
his name was like John Doe, works at, retired at not applicable. So there's no picture to see. You only have his name. He's retired, but he won't tell you where he's retired from. So, like, yeah, that's really compelling. I want to know John Doe. Like, give me some.
And hopefully you'll drive to my house in a van with no windows and take me out for candy. That would be good.
You know, my daughter, when she sees those vans, like, you know, like a white van with, she'll yell out, "Sketch van! That's a sketchy van!" So she's
Good.
like, well, not all of them. So, I mean, they're work vans, but I'm
Hey,
glad you're aware. This is good.
I would so much rather have her do that than have some guy pull up and ask directions in one of those vans and have her even talk to him. Do you know what I mean? I would rather that she learned to just kind of be rude at the
Yeah.
beginning.
Oh, we've talked about so much. The kid loves candy and she loves animals. So I'm like, oh
She's
my
got it.
God. Someone's gonna, yeah. But so we talk about it, you know, we talk about it incessantly. And, you know, okay, so if you're a parent, this is a total side note, but I thought this was brilliant. Teach this to your children. Adults don't ask children for help. Adults ask other adults for help. So if an adult rolls up and says, "I need your help," freaking run. I mean, that, like, run the opposite direction of which direction their car is going. Just, that's your safety PSA for today. Adults don't ask children for help.
I love it. And have you ever been to McDonald's and had Jake start, you know, be all angry with you and start yelling "stranger danger"?
No. No, my kids know that I would sit on them till they couldn't breathe.
This is why I never wanted to have children. I lived in fear of that I'd be standing in line at McDonald's and my child would start yelling "stranger danger," like to see what would happen.
And then you'd be like, "You can have her."
She's yours.
No, Sophia, threw kind of a fit once. My kids have not thrown. They've never been temper tantrum kids or fit throwers or anything. But right after I had Jake, she threw a fit once in a store, and it was like close to the holidays, and I had Jake in like one of those little, you know, mummy wrap things that where he's up in your neck, whatever. And he was a baby, and she was 3, and she was just really pissed, and I really pushed her limits, and there were like 15 people in line at checkout. I made her sit in timeout, and I embarrassed the shit out of her and me. But that was the last time she ever did that. But anyway, yeah.
Tom has 2 kids, and his little tantrum stories where each one of them threw a tantrum in a store once, and he walks away. And people always ask him, "Well, weren't you afraid that like someone would take him?" He's like, "Are you kidding?" No. In that moment, nobody was walking away with that child. So,
Yeah.
anyway.
Next, yeah.
Anyway.
So
I think we've gone a little bit off track here. So what else do you want to say about approaching people for the right reasons? Because, you know, it is something that you were talking about at the beginning where I'm making these 100 outreach. I mean, yesterday I was kind of like, okay, I've got 5 more outreach to go for the day. Can I get them done in an hour? And it took me 2 hours. I mean, just because I know our friend Josh, he's so great, you know, this cold, this 5 and 5 thing, but you know, sometimes you've really got to like figure out how to make the case, and then you make it in 500 words in the email, and then you have to like bring it down to 100 words. And I think that if you're, you know, most of the deals that I'm selling them cold to close, 5-figure deals.
mm-hmm.
And it matters if you reach the right person and have the right conversation and blah, blah, blah. So anyway, that's just to defend that I took like 2 hours to do 7 outreach. But again, I had a real reason.
Right. Well, it's not, I think that what really makes me irritated about that and why people go fake and why people think, well, let me just be your best friend, or let me just, you know, sling out these messages, and, you know, is because they're not taking the time to really invest in their craft. The reason it took you so long to do that is because this is work. This is your job, and it's about investing your skill and what you've learned into what you put out there. You cannot just spray and pray and sling crap and show up as some fake, you know, Susie robot, or, you know, Johnny robot or whatever, and expect people to care and think that you care. Because if you do that, people know that you don't, that you're just thinking, oh, well, on to the next one. Oh, well, on to the next one. I care because I want you as a customer, because I think I have something for you. I care. Honest to God, people, you have to genuinely care. I know
Yeah.
you care about your paycheck, you care about paying your bills, you care about your family. Can you care about the people that you are calling and trying to do business with? Can you care?
Because they care about their paycheck. It's just so easy to figure out, like they care about their paycheck, they care about their family, they care about their career, they care about their business life. So figure out a way to make your thing relevant to those things. And you've got to get, one of the guys I was calling on yesterday was the president of a very quickly fast growing company in like their third round of funding. Just like, they're growing like this. And I read all of his, I read like the last 3 things that he'd written on LinkedIn, very, he took the time to write these things. I took the time to read them, and hopefully we'll connect. And I'll probably end up sending him something in the mail, and I'll probably end up, I will definitely end up giving him a phone call and stuff. If of course, the email that I wrote yesterday is for sure going to get his attention. And I've been playing around with video a little bit too. I've been having some really interesting successes with video. But again, not on the cold outreach. I really would love to get somebody on here that's using video for cold outreach effectively, because I find that if I send a thank you, I think we talked about this with Josh, if I send a thank you video with, an idea for a next step that will move things forward faster, it really is working with my sales. The biggest fear is your prospect goes dark, right?
Right.
So keeping my prospect from going dark has been magical about this video thing, but I'm not nailing it on the cold outreach yet. So somebody needs to come on and show us how to do that, please.
So, and with video, I don't know. Well, I think people are hesitant. Like, I think people can be hesitant to open a link or to
Sure.
click on something if they don't know you. They don't know what you're going to say. It's at work. Are you going to like show them your puppies or say something inappropriate, or is it a virus or something? So I can totally see where if you don't have that first little bit of trust established yet,
right,
cold video would be hard to get people to do that. Maybe it has to be like that 3-part thing. Send them an email, call them, let them know I'm going to send you a video. Just because I want you to be able to hear my voice, see my eyes, and feel my genuine intent here to provide value or whatever. I don't know. Maybe you have to.
I don't know. We'll find out. This one guy, I've been reaching out to him a bunch. He has no idea who I am. But we have something really good for him. But it's a whole thing on Twitter. Everything that he talks about is AI, right? He just talks about AI. So I put in the email to prove, so at the beginning or whatever, I'm like, to prove I'm not AI, but I'd really like to talk to you about blah, blah. And then there's the video, hi, I'm Dianna. I'm not artificial intelligence. So maybe that was kitschy, maybe it wasn't. I don't know, but it's what he talks about all the time. So I'm failing right now at this video outreach thing. And I would just love, and I really do have a feeling that there's something about the level that you're selling into also. Do if you go into a company and you see a lot of sort of the mid-level people sitting at their computers with earbuds in, which, so you can watch something on your computer and not be disruptive, but the C-suite isn't sitting there with earbuds in. So I don't know. I'm just really curious. Just curious.
Yeah, I think that's good though. Well, that's all I had about being fake. Don't be fake. Show people that you care about the people that you're calling on, and be genuine. Yeah.
Shower your people you love with love. Show them the way you feel.
You know what we need to like plug that in. Well,
yes.
There's be royalties. I don't know.
Probably. Actually, you can play a certain portion of a song and not get into trouble. So we'll keep it down to that minimum. But no, and I hope that that's actually a message that gives people a lot of freedom, because this experience of sort of chasing people down with tactics, it doesn't make you a bigger person, and you don't feel better about yourself as a salesperson when you're using those tactics. It's demeaning. It's demeaning to you. Swing out and be creative, and try stuff that's creative. One woman that I work for, she sent me some emails that that one of her SDRs had used that had worked, and I was like, did this really work? But so it was creative. It was definitely creative. So
creative, not manipulative. Because I think that if you bring people into your person or influence, whatever, by manipulating them, they're going to have unrealistic expectations at some point. And then you can't help when you show up as the real person you are, or they find out what it's really about or whatever, then you break their trust by unmet expectations or something like that. I mean, I'm sure there's all sorts of psychology there, but if you show up and you are, manipulative or using tactics or bait and switch and all that kind of stuff that we talk about, to get people on the phone or to get people to a meeting, then you will leave them with a bad taste in their mouth. It's not going to work.
Yeah. And now that you say that, it's so in line with her personality. Like, it would be ridiculous if I used this template, right? Just kind of like, you can't go cut and paste Josh Sutton's templates. You have to come up with your own personality. People do want to know who you are. People since the beginning of time have wanted to connect, in a meaningful way with other people. So show them yourself. Show them your puppies. No, I'm just kidding. Don't do that.
If you don't get that reference, you need to go back a couple episodes. What were we talking about there?
It was the Phil Gerbyshak one, wasn't it?
Yeah. I think it was Phil Gerbyshak. Yeah.
Watch Phil Gerbyshak. I mean, he's awesome to watch anyway, and the music is really fun. So
that was so funny because last night Sophie and I went shopping, and Zoot Suit Riot was on when I turned on the car, and she's like, "What is this?" I'm like, she's like, she gave me the 11-year-old tween look.
Oh God, that one's only going to get more practiced and better. And then you just got to play Freaks and to me the Trumpet and Savage or whatever. Oh my God, my favorite song to make dinner to.
Yeah.
All right, so let's kick this one out. Okay. I will kick us out by saying, stop hoping
and start selling like a real, genuine, caring person.
That's right. Bye.